Hey there, YouTube. This is my first video on copper penny and junk silver hunting and hoarding. I've been watching a lot of videos on related topics of late and thought it would be interesting to put together my own video and show you what I do. This all started about a year ago, August of 2011, with pennies. The price of copper was going up and realized that Canadian pennies from 1996 and earlier were made of 98% copper. So, thought it'd be neat to go to the bank, buy rolls of pennies, look through them, and take out the copper ones. And back then, and even today, I still find that I'm getting on a roll of pennies, half of them are copper and half of them are zinc, so I'm lucking out. While I was doing this, I noticed that I was finding a bunch of old pennies as well. So I thought, as a neat little side project or hobby, was to try and put together a comprehensive coin collection of Canadian coins of every denomination, starting from 1908 to the current year and so on. I chose 1908 because that was the first year that the Canadian Mint started making their own coins. So started putting that together. It's not complete, but it's getting there. Actually, I've completed the pennies from 1908 to 2012, and so forth. So every denomination. Once I had put together everything that I could of my own coins, I realized that coins from 1967 earlier were silver coins, and to find those coins in today's circulating currency would be damn well near impossible. So short of going to a coin store and buying one of every year that I needed, I actually started to talk to my dad, and he told me that he actually had a whole bunch of silver coins that he had put aside back in the early 70s. So he said I could take a look and pull out what I needed. So he actually has quite a bit. These ones are actually, I think they're Liberty dollars or half dollars, I'm not too sure. He's got quite a few of them. Silver dollars, 50-cent pieces. Most of this is Canadian currency. Quarters, dimes, you name it. He had a lot. These are all 1967 or earlier. So I went through all that and found a whole bunch of old ones, added to my collection. But then I noticed, after I'd gone through everything and what I still needed, I noticed I hadn't found a 1970 dime. And for coin enthusiasts, the Canadian 1970 dime was a low mintage year. They made just over 5 million, which is still a lot, but considering the years before and after, they're made 60, 70 million. 5 million was not a lot. So that's when I started going to the bank and getting rolls of dimes, only for the purpose of finding a 1970 dime. About a week into it, I hadn't found one, and I was getting kind of discouraged until finally, in a roll, I found one. So, okay, great, I don't have to go through these dimes anymore. But I decided to go through the rest of what I still had, and that's when I found two 1967 silver centennial dimes with the mackerel fish on it. And I thought, oh, well, there's still silver dimes in circulation. So started going to the bank and getting more rolls of dimes and going through that. And that was in January of this year, 2012. So, as of today, what I have found in junk silver, and I just do dimes because quarters, I know they had silver quarters. I find they didn't make as many as the dimes, plus most people pulled them out of circulation, so I don't even bother. I just do dimes because I find that most people overlook them. So since January, this being July, I have found a full roll, $5 worth of 80% silver dimes. I have found quite a few 1968 50% silver dimes, and ironically a whole bunch of 1970 dimes as well, which I find kind of ironic that it took me a week to find one, and since then I found a whole bunch, but it's still neat. I've also found 5 Roosevelt dimes. There's 3 in here. 2 of them ended up in the book, because I also decided to do American currency as well, as much as I could find. As for my copper penny collection, quite a bit. I got almost 4 full jars here. These range from 1960 to 1996. There's almost 70 pounds just in those 4 jars. I also have a jar here of American copper pennies, 59 to 82, so quite a bit. And a jar of older Canadian copper pennies, 37 to 59. Like I said, these here is what sparked me to put together the coin collection. And I've also found $1, 2 rolls here of wheat pennies as well, which I thought was pretty neat. And top 4 there are the wartime silver pennies, which I think are also really neat. So in addition to the copper that I've been pulling out, copper pennies, and the junk silver, I also have a little bit of other silver. I've got 10 silver bars here, 1 ounce, a $5 1 ounce Canadian coin, a $20, it's not a full ounce, I think it's a half ounce silver coin. I enjoy the bars. I try and get as many as I can when I go to the coin store. Generally they don't have them in stock, but when they do, they give me a call. I'm on the call list. So actually this was a Christmas gift on this one. Was one from the Royal Canadian Mint. Recently I picked up this one, Paradise Mint. I think that's in Florida. That's really neat with the palm trees. But the most ones that I have are these Engelhard Industry ones. Got 7 of those. So yeah, that is my copper, penny, and junk silver collection. Probably do another video in about 6 months to show you where I am. As you know, well, as Canadians know, they won't be making pennies anymore after this year. So going to the bank and getting rolls of pennies will be won't be able to do that after the fall. So basically in 6 months you'll see what I have been able to collect since then. And I'll probably have quite a bit more silver in the next 6 months as well. So hopefully you enjoyed this video, and if not, who really cares?